Thank you, Greg, very much. And thank you to the Greg's Lightbox Poetry Evening for letting France's voice be heard again. Thank you very much for that. Many of France's poems reveal her love of nature. And here's one about the view from our back garden. It's called One Lone Sycamore. I watch one magpie on one lone sycamore, fanned out against the grey evening sky, in itself a world for different species. Before builders came, pile drilling, sycamores spread their branches, a tracery of twigs etched against red sunsets, following the sun and moon, raising our sights through the seasons, a universe for birds and squirrels. Swifts, beaks open on top gear flight, targeted insects swirling in the air above, nourishment for their mass exodus. The looming poplar fell mysteriously, a fire at the base of the weeping willow, screech of chainsaw before 6 a.m. Piles of wood chippings where sycamores were, more profit in paying fines than obeying protection orders. Then tall houses and cramped flats. One lone sycamore left to pelt out seeds in defiance. Thank you. In Dandelion Child, the title of the book, Frances reflects on growing up as a little girl in Watford. Dandelion Child down the back alley, playing with boys in the dirt and gravel, laughing, shouting, shrieking in the sunshine, safe between gardens in quiet shadows, gathering brash, ragged blooms to fill jam jars in the kitchen. Lily-white adolescence, clean dresses, shy wonder at the willow herb towering where we walked by the railway track. A lull before hot summers, the rush of freedom, music in the air, wild flowers in our hair, and then the longing for red roses. In this poem, Frances beautifully describes an evening out, but was it me that provided the disappointing ending? Piano bar blues. Dizzy summer night quenched with lager, her eyes dreamy with piano bar blues. Moving aside their empty glasses, his arm brushed hers. Low lighting and soft cushions made her head swim. They slipped away into the moonlight, music fading as they sauntered back under the larch trees along the water, his hands in his pockets all the way home. And for the last poem, most of the poems were written when Frances was fit and well. This poem, however, was written when she had become very disabled, and she is remembering herself before MND. The ghost of my former self. The ghost of my former self visits me often, sitting beside me, my Gemini twin. Warm, laughing, chatty, unlike the ghosts children create at Halloween. I tell her how I'm glad we walked through meadows, woods and streams, up mountains, clambering over boulders, risking the grey scree to lift ourselves above war, politics, arguments. She comments on how weak I've grown in the past year, how strange it is to find me quiet, me who like to form and voice opinions, forcibly silenced. My ghost knows I can still think, sometimes write my views, but it's so slow. They used to say I was fast as a ferret down a hole. I'd like some of that speed now. But with this ghost beside me, I don't fear the end. She tells me I'll be able to visit the quick and the dead. Thank you.